Alright, we're going to look at the 1-point perspective. It's going to be probably the simplest out of all the different kinds of perspective methods of drawing. So we've got 1 point, 2 point, and 3 points. So we're just going to focus on 1 point just for this example, short example. So you start off with a horizon line, and it's just a horizontal line that just goes right across the page, and that's really signifying what you're going to see at eye level. And it means if you're just standing in front of a road and you look off to the distance, what you see along that horizontal plane is your horizon line. Okay, now all we're going to do right now, I'm just going to speed the video up because naturally I can't sketch this fast, but we are just going to start to pick a single point on that horizon line, and then we're going to draw some lines that sort of radiate from that point. It's kind of like just drawing some spokes on a wheel here. Now I'm going to dissect another one of these lines in between, or sort of. This is all freehand. And then we'll do it one more dissection here. So we've got all these lines that are radiating. Now for 1 point perspective, it's pretty easy. If you're going to start drawing boxes, and that's what we're going to be doing here, because boxes are the most simple and purest shapes that you could ever find, or that you could ever draw. I've just put in 2 tick marks there. That all that does is just designate that they are parallel lines, that those 2 horizontal lines are going to be parallel to each other. Then we're going to draw another horizontal, and that horizontal is essentially going to connect to the radiating lines that are coming out of that center point that's along that horizon line. So what you're seeing here are the corners of the boxes that are sort of being extruded, if you will, out into the distance to the vanishing point, that single vanishing point. So pretty simple. Pretty simple way to draw a single box and put it out in perspective. Now we're just going to speed up the video again. And what we're going to do here is the same thing. You can just start off even drawing the box, and wherever your 4 corners end up being, you just take a point from each corner, and then you just join them to the, or connect them to the vanishing point. What I'm doing here is that you could set the boundaries for the box and then do the same thing. Just start to draw the points that intersect the lines that are radiating out. So this is kind of like the first step for drawing in perspective. And then you can kind of experiment, you know, the juxtaposition of one box to the other. What's that relationship? How do you draw a box that is more or less either in front of one box versus being placed behind a box, or maybe even side by side? So this is really the beginning technique. If you are new to drawing and you've never drawn before, or you are afraid of perspective, drawing boxes are really the best way to go. And 1 point perspective is, as I had said before, probably one of the easiest ways to start off drawing without being too intimidated.